You ever kick back to watch your favorite show? Or maybe you're listening to the radio and everything just works seamlessly 24/7? Well, behind all of that, there's this powerful, invisible force making it all happen. It's like a silent director. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that exact system broadcast automation. Let's get into it.
Okay, before we jump in, just a quick heads up. This is part 3 of an 11-part series from Virtualization Options LLC, and it's totally vendor neutral. It's all based on publicly available info, which, can change. So, long story short, if you're seriously looking into this stuff, make sure you double-check the latest details directly with the vendors themselves.
So here's the game plan for today. First, we'll break down what this unseen engine even is. Then, we'll take a trip through its history, see why the market is just exploding, carve up the key segments, and then we'll take a little peek into the future. All right, part 1. So what in the world is this technology? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like the central nervous system of a TV or radio station. It's the brain, it's the muscle, it's the thing coordinating every single thing that gets to your screen or your speakers. So at its very core, what are we talking about? It's the tech that lets stations automate the whole shebang, sending stuff out, playing it back, and managing all the files. Put simply, it's what makes sure the right show, the right commercial, the right graphic, all of it shows up at the perfect second, with zero mistakes. And believe me, it is so much more than just a fancy play button. A modern system is a full-blown ecosystem. It handles bringing in new content, scheduling every single ad, managing gigantic media libraries, popping in graphics and logos, and even making sure everything follows the broadcast rules. It's the whole package. And that complexity is the perfect lead-in to its history. I mean, this stuff didn't just appear out of thin air. It's been on this incredible journey, evolving from these clunky mechanical beasts to the super smart software world we live in today. This timeline just lays it out perfectly. You've got 4 huge leaps. Back in the 90s, you literally had giant robots loading physical tapes. Then the 2000s hit and everything went digital, files on servers. The 2010s were all about IP and virtualization, which made everything way more flexible. And that brings us to right now, a world of cloud-native platforms and, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. What a ride! That super fast evolution leads us right to our next section, because all that innovation has just lit a fire under this market. Seriously, the numbers we're about to see are staggering, and they tell you everything you need to know about where the media world is going. So it makes you wonder, right? When we talk about this unseen engine, what does that actually look like in dollars and cents? How big is this market really? In 2024, the playout automation market is worth over $2 billion. That is a massive number for a piece of tech most people have never even heard of. But as big as that is, it's not even the most interesting part of the story. This is the number that should make your jaw drop. A compound annual growth rate of almost 20%. That's not just growth, that is absolutely explosive. It signals a gigantic shift happening in broadcasting. So the big question is, why? What is driving this? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of factors. We all want better quality, right? 4K, UHD, all that. Then you have the explosion of free streaming channels, those fast platforms, which pretty much need automation to exist. Broadcasters are always trying to be more efficient, and the foundation for all of it is the huge technical shift to IP networks and cloud broadcasting. Okay, so we know the what, the why, and the how big. Now let's peel back one more layer. We're gonna slice up this $2 billion pie and see what it's really made of, because the way it breaks down is just as fascinating. First up, let's look at the components, and this is huge. Software is king. It makes up over half the market. That tells you we are way past the days of just selling big, expensive boxes. The real value now is in the intelligence, the code that runs the whole show. And where is that software running? Oh man, this chart says it all. As of last year, cloud-based systems already made up 55% of the revenue. The move away from server rooms in the basement of a TV station isn't some future trend, it's already the main way of doing business. And just to round out the picture, here are 2 more key slices. Traditional television broadcasting is still the biggest player, taking up 45% of the market. And when you look at a map, North America is leading the charge with a 40% share, mostly because the infrastructure is so advanced and they jumped on these new technologies early. So, where is all this headed? We've looked at the past, we've looked at the present, but let's be honest, the really exciting part is what comes next for this field. And that AI integration we touched on earlier, that's just the tip of the iceberg. And that brings us to our final big idea for you to chew on.
These systems are getting smarter, more predictive, and more independent every single day, as AI evolves to not just schedule things, but to analyze them, optimize them, and maybe, someday, even create them. It leaves us with one heck of a question. Is a day coming when a human being never has to press play again?